gathered here to know more about OLABs. What is OLABs? Firstly, I, Kamran Sheikh, with my colleague Karishma ma'am, will explain you few things about CDAC, what is OLABs, and what is the role of OLABs, virtual labs, and then we will also give a short demo on how to use OLABs, and for various subjects, as we have different subjects and labs for all of the subjects. So let us start. So let us know about what is CDAC. CDAC is Center for Development of Advanced Computing. It is a research and development organization which works under MIT, that is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. We would like to say that CDAC has its pan-India presence. CDAC has its total 12 functional centers across India. There are various areas on which CDAC focuses, such as high performance computing, cyber security, software technologies, health informatics, and education and training. So we do have a department at CDAC Mumbai, that is Educational Technology Unit, which focuses on usage of information technology in educational fields, right from school to engineering education. As you can see, there are various activities of ETU, such as development of tools and technologies to use in the learning process, using and creating awareness of open sources tools and technologies that are useful in education. And there are flagship projects of Educational Technology Unit, that is Vidyakash and OLabs, online labs. What is the importance of labs in education? Labs are recognized as one of the important devices in learning processes. Whenever a student performs a lab, be either physical or in virtual environment, they get a hands-on feel of the concept they are taught in the classroom. Whenever students perform the labs in the virtual environment, they can connect that they are taught in the classroom, and with that they can connect that theory to the real life examples. Also, better internalization of is very important. Whenever student performs a lab in the virtual environment, they get to know where they are going wrong with the help of the intuitiveness of the online labs website. They Our website shows them where they are going wrong, and whenever they perform with the help of the instructions, they totally perform the lab on themselves with the help of the instructions and the feedback they get. So they are totally involved while performing the lab, and because of this they understand the concept well. Next, why virtual labs? As discussed earlier, virtual labs play a very much important role in the learning phase of a student. Physical infrastructure requirement is one of the most important issues in some of the schools. Various schools don't have physical structure, physical labs at all. But also there are some schools which do have physical labs, but there are not enough equipments for students to perform the labs. Also, some schools have physical equipments, but the student to teacher ratio is very different, so that the student does not get enough access to the access to the equipments. Also, the lab instructor to the teacher ratio is also different, so that the said experiment cannot be performed within the specified time, within the limited time and limited access to the equipments. Also, some of the times, not all the equipments which are required for performing the lab are available in the lab. So, because of this, students do not get a hands-on feel of the theory or the concept which they are taught in the classroom. Also, there are few activities which cannot be performed in the class at all, such as pendulum with the gravity change. There is an activity in science subject where student has to observe the oscillations of a pendulum in the gravity of different planets. So this activity we can perform under the gravity of the earth easily in physical lab, but this experiment cannot be performed for the gravity of different other planets such as moon and other planets in physical lab. So the same activity we can do perform in virtual labs with the help of with the help of changing. We do provide the options to change the planet. A student can perform and understand the observations of the pendulum. There are various other activities in biology such as germination of seed, life cycle of a mosquito. To understand this entire process, there is a limited time access during physical labs. So all these experiments we can perform in the virtual lab and understand the changes occurring. Also in chemistry subject, there are various experiments which involve usage of hazardous chemicals. So there might create a hazardous situation might be created while performing in the physical lab. But all those things can be avoided in the virtual labs, and we can perform on understand all the concepts of this subject. So let us see the journey of OLabs so far. So the concept of the virtual labs was first conceptualized during 2011 and 12, where first set of labs was developed. We had total 30 labs in the first set. In these labs, we initiated the idea of providing students a virtual environment where students can perform these labs with the help of the equipments we do in the physical labs. Here, we try to provide students a feel that they are performing the experiments in the physical, in the same as that of physical environment in the virtual labs. All these labs were verified and checked by NCERT and CBSE and various other institutes. Later on, we developed another 170 plus labs during the year 2013 to 16, and these labs were hosted on NKN hosting. Now we had a huge number of labs available, a huge set of labs was available. Now we launched another program during 2015 to 20 to reach out these labs, and we were successful enough to reach out around 40,000 teachers. We reached out 40,000 teachers across India and different states of India and trained them regarding the usage of OLabs and virtual labs. Recently, during the pandemic period, that is 2020, the importance of OLabs was understood because in that period there was total cutoff from the physical labs. Schools were not available, and in such cases, virtual labs, that is OLabs, play a very important role, and they were used by students a lot. As you can see, these many subjects are available on OLab's website, that is physics, chemistry, maths, language, science, and all these subjects can be accessed in the regional languages, different languages available here. So the current status of the labs available on Diksha platform are as follows. For subject science, we do have labs for class 6 to 8, for physics class 9 to 12, for chemistry class 9 to 12, for biology class 9 to 12. Again for maths class 6 to 12, yes, we do have labs for math subject also, as well as for social science subject. For language, which consists of English, Hindi, and Sanskrit, we do have labs for class 6 to 10, and especially for social science, we do have labs ranging from class 6 to 10. Let us know about some salient features of online labs, that is OLab's website. As each and every content of our OLab's website is mapped with the NCERT lab manuals. Yeah, if you search, you can avail various simulations, various virtual labs available. But what differentiates us, that is OLabs, from others is that NCERT and curriculum based resource. We are totally curriculum based resource, that is whenever student perform the virtual labs on OLabs, they would not be going away from their path. Whatever they will be learning, whatever they will be performing, will totally according to the curriculum based of the NCERT and totally based on the NCERT lab manuals. Wherever required, wherever there is a need, we do have provided 2D as well as 3D simulations, 2D 3D models, so that student can understand in the better way. Such as in maths, we do provide shapes such as cubes, cones. 3D model for them is provided so that student can easily understand and easily relate with the real life environment. Whenever student performs this OLabs, they we have provided intuitive feedback, that is whenever student performs a wrong thing or whenever students does the wrong thing, we have provided feedbacks, and as well as feedback, we have not only given the feedback but also explained what he has done wrong. And whenever student performs lab, he reads instructions and performs the lab, so that student is totally engaged while performing the lab With the help of this, student understands the concept better, and as the student perform this lab on his own, so he will understand the concept in a better way. So there are various lab specific affordances and ecosystem in the OLabs. So we do provide simulation in OLabs. What does that mean? We provide an entire ecosystem for a particular topic or particular experiment. Whenever student performs an experiment, along with the experiment in the virtual labs, we have provided theory which is relevant to the particular lab. Whenever student performs the lab, he can go through this theory and understand what he should have a prior knowledge for performing this lab. Understanding of the process and its implications. Whenever student performs the lab on the OLab platform, he reads the instructions and performs the lab. And whenever he reads the instructions, he does accordingly, like drag and drop. He can connect the circuit in the Ohm's law. While in chemistry subject, he can pour the liquid from one beaker to another test tube. So with the help of the student performs the lab depending upon the instructions by reading the instructions and getting the feedback, intuitive feedback on it, on his action. As well as whenever there are some labs such as in physics subject, a student needs to perform the lab and observe the recordings or record the values, and he has to note down the behavior of those values by plotting them. So we do provide such auxiliary requirements in the simulation itself. Whenever student performs a lab, lastly he can also attempt the vivos question. A separate vivos section has been provided so that student can access his understandability regarding the subject, regarding the topic. What are the lab specific affordances? In each lab there are some affordances which has to be provided while performing a particular lab. There are various topics such as Hooke's law. In physics subject, there are various circuitry requirements are there, and those circuits need to be completed by connecting them with a wire. So we have provided the requirement affordances and requirements such as the wire, the different material of the wire, the circuits. As well as in chemistry subject, there are various requirements such as the burner, the test tube, the beaker. All these things we have provided in the lab environment itself, and students has to perform this lab by using these equipments. So now let us know the availability of the OLabs. We do have online as well as offline presence. If you want to avail the website using online, then you can type in www.olabs.edu.in. As well as OLabs labs can also be availed from Diksha portal. We do provide offline versions of the labs for Windows operating system as well as for Android operating system for smart boards. For OLabs Android app, you can download the app from Google Play Store as well as the government M-Seva application store. And we do provide offline installers, and offline installers are bifurcated depending upon the different classes for because of the size affordances, and various class wise three small installers are available, that is from class 6 to 8, a separate one for class 9 to 10, and another one for class 11 to 12. Here there are some screenshots of our online labs environment. Here we can, on the left side, we can see a particular lab, that is a topic Ohm's law and resistance. There we can select the material of the we can select the material for the wire. The length and the diameter can also be adjusted. Different equipment such as the voltmeter, ammeter, rheostat is also provided, and student can join them with the help of mouse by clicking on those circuitry. On the right side, we can see a feedback from Sanskrit lab. On the right side below, we can see feedback from the English lab. As we discussed already, you can see we not only provide a feedback, but it is an intuitive feedback. That is, along with the feedback, we do provide hints to the student that where what they are doing wrong and what they can do to get a right answer. Here you can see some screenshots from mathematics subject. We have labs for different topics such as cone, cyclic, quadrilateral. For social science labs, yes, we do have labs for social science subject for different subjects such as history, geography, economics, and civics. We can see different screenshots for water cycle, for layers of atmosphere, for the world continents and oceans. Here we have labs for some screenshots for labs from language subjects, that is English, Hindi, and Sanskrit. So we have understood what is OLabs. Now let us know how can we use online labs for better understanding. For the mode one, we can use OLabs before the physical lab. What we can do is ask students to perform the labs, to go through the online labs available on OLabs website. They can perform this lab. They would understand this lab on their own by performing the lab with the help of the instructions and as well as the intuitive feedback. And then student can attend the labs in the physical mode. So what will happen is student can perform various use cases in the limited time they are available, and they can understand the concept better as they have previously performed the same topic, the same lab in the online mode. Next mode, that is after the physical lab. What students can do is first they can perform the physical lab in the school lab and understand the topic better, and student can perform the same topic, the same lab in the virtual mode, and try out various scenarios and various use cases, such as they can try out, such as in the Hooke's law. If they can use different weights, while they cannot, it is not possible in the actual physical lab environment. For Ohm's law, if they have performed the Ohm's law in physical mode, they might be performing it using a single material or single metal wire. But what we can do in the online lab is they can select different material wire at different length and different diameter can also be selected. So this extra bit of crunch they can be do while using the online labs. Next mode, teachers can be use these online labs such as an instructional device. Instead of going a lab wise, student teachers can use online labs to make students understand a particular topic, such as Hooke's law, focus length of a lens, and all these topics, special topics which student might find difficult to understand. They can be made them understand with the help of these online labs. So these online labs can be used in the classroom to make student under to student so a student can understand this topic in a better way, as well as we have provided all the lab specific affordances in the simulation itself, so student can understand that topic in a better way. Next is for active learning strategies. Online labs can be used for active learning strategies like flipped classroom require mechanism, such as whenever student have performed the physical lab, they can access the online labs website, and teachers can ask students to stop in between while performing the labs and ask them what will happen now, so that it will so what will it do is make students to think and understand them what will happen now, so that student can understand better, and they will think by themselves that after this what will happen, and make them understand better in different situations while performing the lab. Lastly, the usage mode 5. During recent pandemic, we observed that there was total cutoff to the physical labs during the school. The schools were entirely shut down. So in such cases, virtual labs can be used on a large scale, and they can be used to minus the distance between the schools and between the two students and the schools. We in no way say that virtual labs can replace the physical labs, but they can cover this to some extent. And during the pandemic, students have found that virtual labs, online labs has helped them a lot. And during such cases where we do not have access to the school, to the lab physical labs, we can use the online labs for covering various topics. So this was all regarding the presentation part. Now I will ask my colleague Karishma ma'am to give a demo regarding the labs from each and every subject. So let us go to it.
Good afternoon, all. Hopefully, good afternoon, all. Hopefully, my screen is visible to all.
Yes, Karishma.
Today I'm giving you a demo about the OLAPS labs. Firstly, if you want to see or check the OLAPS lab, you have to visit olaps.edu.in, or else you'll get the OLAPS lab from Diksha portal also. So today I'll give you a demonstration on OLAPS from olaps.edu.in. This is our website. This is our landing page where you'll see lots of subjects are there. As my colleague explained, we have different subject, and inside that subject we have classes, and according to classes we have different labs. So today we'll start from physics. Yeah, so this is the physics subject labs, where you will see we have divided all the labs into different classes, like for class 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8. In some subject we have labs for 5, from classes 5th to 12th also. So here in physics we have a labs from class 9 to 12. Okay, so we'll check with the Ohm's law and its resistance. In this lab, we have provided some tabs like a theory, procedure, animation, simulator, video, self-evaluation, resources, and feedback. First of all, in theory, whatever theory related to this topic is given over here, and how that, if in any particular lab some formulas also there, so how to derive that formula, all the things are given in the theory subject. Then our next tab is procedure tab. In the procedure tab, we will give what is the material required for performing that particular lab, as well as what is the procedure, means how to perform that lab in an actual manner, as well as in simulator also. Like we as my colleague already mentioned, that we don't want to replace a physical lab, but this is the to enhance the knowledge of students by using a online lab. So we are in procedure tab, we are giving them real lab procedure also, as well as for simulator, that is the online lab, how to perform that online lab, that procedure also we are given in the procedure tab. So we'll move to next tab, that is the animation tab. If any user is not able to perform our online lab, that time we are going to provide them help in the form of video. That is nothing but the animation tab.
Ohm's law. Our aim is to determine the resistance per centimeter of a given wire by plotting a graph of potential difference versus current, and hence to determine its resistivity. To do the experiment, we require the following: screw gauge.
Similarly, it will provide all the details how to perform this lab in an animation format. So we'll move to next tab, that is the simulator. In the simulator, where we are actually performing this lab. So here we are providing lots of metals wire options are there. Like in physical lab, we are not able to place a gold wire or silver wire, but in our online lab, the student can able to select gold wire as well as silver wire to find its resistance. So now I'm selecting a gold wire. Then student can change the length of a wire by just dragging this uh, slider, as well as they can change the diameter of the wire. As you can see, this is the gold wire, and while I'm dragging, it is changing the diameter also, and the resistance also, resistance of the resistance also, they are going to change. So now we are performing this lab. First, student need to drag this gold wire onto the voltmeter. They have to connect this gold wire to the voltmeter, and then they have to do circuit. They have to complete the circuit like this. Only by clicking and dragging the wires they can do the circuit. They can complete the circuit like. Okay, so we can close the tab. Yeah, here uh, we are able to see the current in the ammeter as well as voltage in the voltmeter. By increasing the rheostat, you are able to see that in the rheostat, when we are changing the resistance, the value of the current as well as voltmeter gets changed. So here we are providing one observation table over there, that whatever reading student is going to take, by changing the resistance, they have to put the input over here in the voltage. Like here it is 0.042, then current is 0.32, then resistance will be 0.13. It is like that student can simultaneously observe their observation while performing the lab. And here if any case student is not able to perform the circuit, that time we are going to provide them one circuit diagram also, that is for their help. So similarly, after simulator tab, we are going to provide them a video tab. In the video tab, where actual Ohm's law is using, we are showing that video in the video tab.
Refrigerators and air conditioners. All these applications require different amounts of current. Find the most efficient way to get the proper current. Ohm's law is used. Ohm's law was derived experimentally by the German physicist George Simon Ohm in.
So now we'll move to next tab, that is the self-evaluation tab. In the self-evaluation tab, after doing this experiment, this lab, whatever student learning from that lab, they have to test their knowledge by attempting this multiple choice questions. For example, I'm just trying to attempt it, and if I'm clicking on a submit button, it is showing some questions some answers are wrong, as well as it is showing some are correct, and sometimes it is showing hint also why it is wrong and what you have to means what is the hint behind it, and according to that student can mark the correct answer. Then we'll move to next tab, that is the resource tab. In the resource tab, we are giving an extra, like if any student want to learn more about the Ohm's law and resistance, then that time we'll give them NCERT book link as well as some website links related to the particular topic. And in the feedback tab, you can provide us a feedback about this online lab, how you feel about the lab, so that will get your output, and will try to improve lab so that it will get more friendly to the students. So hopefully physics lab will understood by everyone. We'll move to another subject, that is chemistry. In chemistry, I'm selecting class 9 chemical reaction lab. In the chemical reaction also, I have already explained you the theory, procedure, animation tab. It is in the theory related to particular lab is given, and in the procedure, whatever material required as well as how to perform this procedure, all the things are given in the procedure tab. In the animation video related to that particular lab, how to perform that lab, all the things are given. So directly I jump to the simulator. So how to perform this lab. In this chemical reaction, if we are turning on, first we have to turning on the burner, and we have to burn the magnesium strip. It will form a magnesium oxide. Then we have a litmus paper. If we are selecting a pinch of magnesium oxide and dropping on a different litmus paper, it is showing some reaction. So it is asking whether it is a physical change or chemical change. If I am clicking on a physical change, it is showing wrong answer. because it is a chemical change. So similarly, you can perform all the reactions, and you have to ask the students what will be that reaction is. Uh, as well as we are providing some hint button also, like it is showing, it is observed that the solid carbon dioxide is directly converted to gaseous carbon dioxide. So this is nothing but a physical change. So that time students need to understand, okay, that is a physical change, you have to mark it on its physical change and it will show you correct answer. Similarly, heating of sulfate as well as melting of ice, all these reactions are over here. You can show it to students and ask them whether it is a physical reaction or a chemical reaction. Then a video related to uh, all the reactions are given in the real time environment. Then self evaluation tab is there to check how student to check what the student is gaining from that particular lab. Then the source tab is given and feedback tab is given. Okay, so we'll move to next topic, that is a maths lab. In the maths lab, I'm selecting class 7 class 7 activity, and the activity is to verify that when two lines are intersect, vertically opposite angles are equal. um, Above the tab, all the tab, the objective of that particular activity is given. So in the theory, a theory related to particular lab means vertically opposite angles are given, as well as objective and prerequisite knowledge means to understand this activity. First, students need to what need to understand, that is in this case students need to understand what is angle and what is the intersecting lines. All these things should be given in the theory tab. Similarly, in the procedure, how to perform these labs, all the steps are given. Then, in the animation tab, a video related to this activity, how to perform this activity is given. Then, we'll move to simulator. In the simulator, this is the new UI of our online lab, where we are showing them objective of our title of our activity, that is vertically opposite angles when two lines intersect. Objective of our activity, that is to verify that when two lines intersect, vertically opposite angles are equal. Learning outcome means what student will learn from this activity. So here learning outcome is student will be able to verify that the vertically opposite angles are equal when two lines intersect each other. When clicking on a start button, it will start the activity. This is the land page. This is the object. This is the page where we are showing again objective of this activity. And when student is, or when we are clicking on a let us verify play a page, it is showing what we are going to learn by using this activity. So here it is given, draw two lines AB and CD. These two lines intersect each other at a single point O. Then color the created opposite angle, that is AOD, COD, AOC and DOC with the same color. After that, clone these intersecting lines, then rotate the clone image by 180 degree, and after that drag the rotated image onto the original image, then verify the activity. So when I click on a OK button, it will start the activity. Our lab is divided into two pages. That is, first one is a workbench where we are performing all activity, and an instruction page is also there to guide the user. In the instruction page, first instruction is given that click on a point A to draw a vertical line. When user is clicking on a point A, it is drawing a vertical line. Next instruction is click on the point D to draw a vertical line. When user is clicking on a point D, it is showing a vertical line. Then click on the angle AOD to color it. I'm clicking on angle AOD. It is colored to it changes color to green. Then click on angle BOC to color it. Here I'm clicking angle BOC. Then click on angle AOC to color it. I'm clicking on angle AOC, it changed its color. Then click on angle DOB to color it. So here vertically opposite angles are colored in the same color. Click on then the next instruction is click on the next button. When I click on the next button, it is showing again instruction that click on a clone image button to create an identical image. When I click on a clone image button, it is showing identical image. Click on the image that is figure 2 to rotate it about the point O through an angle of 180 degree. So I click on a figure 2, it is rotating image. Then click on the next button. Then next instruction is drag the image that is figure 1 onto the rotated image that is figure 2. We have to drag this figure 1 onto the figure 2. So it is showing resultant image. Now click on next instruction is click on the next button and it is showing a observation. Next instruction is enter the appropriate value from the given figure in the input box. So now from figure 3 it is showing that angle DOB is covers angle AOC. So DOB and AOC are vertically opposite angles. Similarly, angle AOD is cover angle BOC, so both are vertically opposite angle. So this in this type student can perform mathematical labs also. In that they have many 3D activities also, to 3D labs also there, as well as some in 3D labs they can actually view the 3D shapes in a real-time environment by using our labs. So this is for mathematics subject. Now we'll move to next subject, that is the language. In language, I'll show you one English lab. In English also we are dividing English lab according to topics, that is a singular and plural, tenses, comprehension, direct and indirect speech, subject and verb agreement, and all the things. So today I'll show you one lab, that is learning preposition topic. I'm showing you one lab on topic preposition. So the title of this activity is, that is the lab is learning preposition of location. In this in the English lab also we are providing a different tab, that is a theory related to preposition, what are the prepositions, how we can use, and all the examples along with the different images, so that student can understand it properly. All the things are given in the theory tab. In common mistakes, where students are actually doing a common mistakes, and how to perform it, how to overcome that mistakes, all these things are given in the common mistakes tab. Then in the procedure we are showing them, we are showing the means we are given how to perform that activity by using step by step. We are giving in the procedure tab how to perform that particular activity. Then in the lab tab, or in the lab tab where user can perform the lab actually. So this is the land page of the English lab. The title of the activity is learning preposition. So first we have to click on this exercise 1, where ball in the living room. It is starting the activity. So one pop-up is come where it is showing how to perform this activity. It is showing that this is the activity area. Here you can perform the activity, and how it is showing a one image, animating image, where you have to drag that ball according to question is asking over here. So when I click on a got it button, it is showing one instruction pop up that by clicking on an instruction, you can read the instruction to perform this activity. Okay, got it. And then in the theory tab, by clicking on the theory, you can read the theory related to topic. Okay, I click on a got it. Then hints also given over here. In all the OLABs labs, we are giving a hints because while performing an activity, maybe students doesn't know how to drag or how to perform that activity. So same time we are giving them hints also. We are guiding them so that they can perform the activity very well. So here also they are giving the hint. By clicking on the hints, you can change. You can get the hints related to the activity. Okay. So this is the instruction. According to questions, select, drag, place the ball at the appropriate position in the given picture of the living room. When I click on I am ready button, it is starting the activity. So this is the living room image or a living room area where you have to drag a ball. So question is, put the ball below the table. If I'm clicking, if just user need to just drag it. This is not a correct position because I'm dragging it in a wrong position. If I'm dragging it in a correct position, it is showing this is not a correct. Okay, put the ball below the table. Okay. So similarly, it is showing some hints also, that is correct position is under the table, below the table. I'm putting it in under the table. Okay, so place the ball between the wall painting and the clock. If I'm placing between the wall painting and the clock, this is not okay. So it is showing your answer is correct. See the next question. Because sometimes maybe student will placing that ball in a different wrong position. So similarly, as I told you earlier also, it is providing a hint to correct it properly. So place the ball between the family portrait and the clock. If I'm placing like this, it is showing okay, it is a correct answer. So similarly, you'll get hints also in the in this activity so that student can perform it, perform this lab in a particular manner, and they are not able to stuck anywhere. Even though, yeah, even though they are performing this activity in a at home also, that time also we are providing them means they are not able to stuck in activity, they can complete the activity in a flexible manner. We are providing them hints also. So we'll move to next tab, that is the self evaluation tab. In the self evaluation tab, similarly I have already explained you the whatever student is learn, we are giving them some basic whatever student is going to learn from this activity, we are giving them some multiple choice questions depend on that particular topic. They have to just click on one option and check whether it is correct or wrong. If it is wrong, we are sometimes giving them hints also. And in a reference tab, we are providing the book link as well as a website link, and in a feedback you can give us a feedback related to particular lab. So now we'll move to next uh, subject, that is social science. In the social science, we have different topics like geography, civics, history, and economics. So today I'm going to demonstrate geography. In the social science also, we are developing some labs in AR, that is augmented reality, as well as in virtual reality also. There they can perform activity in a virtual environment and understand the more about that topic. So we are trying to develop all this thing and a different by using this different technology so that student can gain the knowledge easily. So today I'm going to demonstrate this geography subject. In the geography also, as I told you earlier, we have divided labs basic on different classes. So for class 6, there is one lab called the world, continents and ocean. I'm going to demonstrate this, giving you demo on this. So theory related to world, continent and ocean is given over here. What is a continent? What are the continents are present in our world? All these things are given over here, as well as the oceans also famous. What type of, how many oceans are there? All these things are given in the theory tab. In the procedure tab, how to perform this activity, we are showing them a step by step in the procedure. Then in animation, how to perform this activity. If user is not able to perform this lab, that time they can see the animation part also, so that they can continue the activity smoothly. So now we'll move to simulator. Yeah, this is the new UI of social science lab. The title of the activity is the world, continents and ocean. The objective is to identify the world's continent and ocean. Learning outcome is given, means after performing this activity, student will able to identify the 7 continents and major bodies of the water on a world map. Then we have to click on a start button. Here, this is the when I click on a let's go to map page, it is showing what student is going to learn by performing this activity. So by performing this activity, student will able to learn about the continents and ocean of the world. In this activity, world map is given. User drag and drop to place the continents and ocean to the appropriate location on the map. The system will provide feedback on incorrect placement. Use hints as required. Try again using the same procedure to identify the remaining position of the continents and ocean. When I click on OK button, we'll move to activity. So this is a world map. Here, here this is the workbench area, as well as some options also given in the right side, where we have continents and ocean. We have to drag it and drop it on the world map, as well as below that one instruction tab is also given. So in the instruction it is given that drag all the continent and ocean names and drop them into the correct position of the world map. If I'm dragging it, like I'm dragging it anywhere. Okay. Okay. As well as similarly, this is the symbol of ocean, where we have to place the ocean, like take ocean, some southern ocean, and yeah, so randomly I'm just dragging it, and we'll see. So instruction is given over here that click on a submit button to verify it. I'm clicking on a submit button. Some things are correct, as well as some things are not. So whatever wrong things are coming over here, it is showing using a red cross. So feedback is 6 continents, ocean are placed in an incorrect position. What the next? Identify the correct continents and ocean position. So this is the feedback tab, where, as I mentioned you earlier also, whenever if sometimes students is performing this activity alone, that time also they can perform it very smoothly, because we are giving them hint as well as feedback tabs, so that they can perform it alone and they can complete the activity very smoothly. So in the instruction tab, they are showing click on a hint icon to get the information of the remaining continent and ocean position, and click on a try again to identify the remaining continent and ocean in their correct position. So when I click on a try again button, it is changing the instruction and showing repeat the procedure again for the remaining continents and ocean, and click on a submit button to verify. So if I'm dragging it like this, I'm just randomly dragging it. Yeah. So I have to click on a submit button. Again, it is a wrong because three continents or oceans are placed in an incorrect position. So we have placed wrong ocean over here. So in the instruction, it is showing click on a show answer to view all the right answer. When I click on a show answer button, it is showing a correct answer. So similarly, in all activity, whenever student is performing or teacher is performing any activity, sometimes student gets wrong. At that time, we are providing them a step-by-step hints or a feedback so that they can completely understand the activity as well as they can completely perform the activity smoothly. So yeah, we have completed this activity successfully. We have to click on a continue button. In the new UI of the lab, we have provided some menu options. In the menu options, we have given a theory, procedure, animation by voice, and keywords. The theory, procedure, animation, and by voice, as I explained you earlier, also same thing. It is in our website above tab also, but in a keyword option, some keywords also given in a social science lab where students sometimes students don't know what is a continent or ocean. So all these things relate or keywords related to that activity we are given in the keyword tab, and what are the meaning of that keyword we are explaining in the keyword tab. Yeah. So next is after simulator we have a self evaluation where all the multiple choice questions are given over there, and then reference related to if student want to learn more about this topic, we'll give them reference, will give them a link in the reference tab related to books as well as some videos also. And feedback, yeah. So how you means what are the things, whatever feedback you want to given us related to particular lab, you can given us by using this feedback tab. In language, we have developed three language labs, that is for English, for Hindi, and for Sanskrit. So I'll give you a demonstration on Sanskrit lab. Just I'm just showing you a homepage of the Sanskrit lab. That is, we have developed lab for Sanskrit also. Like for 6 and 7, you can you can come on the olabs.edu.in page and you can check the Sanskrit lab as well as Hindi labs also, so that you'll get more idea about the particular online labs in a particular topic. Yeah, so that's all about from my side. Over to you, Kamran.
Okay, thank you, Garishma ma'am. I hope each and everyone understood what is online labs website, how they can use for the student learning process, and how they can make use of online labs and make understand students the topics in a better way. So I would request all of the teachers to please use online labs website in their in the learning process for teaching students, as it is free of cost. Also, these sessions we do conduct are free of cost, and it does not cost you anything. Also, I would like each and everyone to follow us on our social media links. So now if anyone has any queries can ask us. Yes, yeah, you will get your e-certificates within 8 to 9 days on your registered email ID. Following are the links in the chat box we have provided. Do follow us on our social media handles. You will be getting all our latest updates there. If anyone has any queries, can ask here, please. Yes, we do have labs for languages for English subject. There are various labs for different topics in grammar. So you can use those labs for different topics for grammar.